Good morning, friends. Welcome to chapel. Know that you are welcome here, whoever you are, whoever you know yourself to be, whoever you are becoming. For chapel this morning, you'll need a purple hymnal, or if you're in the choir, you have it on a hymn sheet, but that's all you need. Feel free to grab one from the hymn racks or look on with a friend or neighbor. Special welcome today to families and guests that are here for this family weekend. We thank you to those up here who have found your way up to the stage to join us for this new chapel pattern. A reminder that this is indeed a friendly, non-threatening space up here, I promise, and that you are always welcome to join us up here even if you're running late or even if you have to leave early. There is grace and understanding. We'd invite everyone to join us this Sunday for our annual Family Weekend worship service taking place here in the CFL at 10 o'clock with Nordic Choir providing special music. All are welcome. And looking ahead, just a couple announcements and events. You're invited to join Luther Pride and College Ministries for Decorah Pride Festival events taking place a weekend from now. And check your social media and student email bulletin for more details. And then we are super excited to announce that Minneapolis-based singer-songwriter Rachel Kurtz will be giving a concert here on campus in another 2 weeks on Thursday, October 6th at Marty's. Check the posters around campus for all of those details. Today in chapel, we're continuing with our fall theme, Open the Eyes of Our Hearts. We are pleased to welcome today Max Holt, senior student and president of Student Senate, as our chapel speaker, and we are grateful for Cathedral Choir, who is sharing their musical gifts with us today. As we begin, I invite you to enter into a practice of getting grounded, and so I invite you to stand as you are able. And just to get grounded in your body and in the space, feel your feet against the floor. Let your body find its balance. Close your eyes if it feels good to do so. Listen for both the silence and the small sounds here in this space, and take a moment to breathe deeply. Blessed are you, creating God, God of this one small moment, God of the expanding universe, God of eternity. Bless us in what we know, where we've come from, and who we are. Bless us in what we will learn, where we are going, and who we will be. Open our hearts and open them again to deeper mysteries, to wider beauty, and to an ever-expanding and all-embracing love for you, for self, for others, and for all creation. Amen. Our opening song is in that purple book or your handout, which is number 1094. I'll let you take a moment to get there, and then we're singing not all of the verses. So it's hymn number 1094, and then we will sing verses 1, 2, 3, and 6. So the first 3 verses, and then the last verse of number 1094, Bring Many Names.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Max Holt. I'm a senior here at Luther and the Student Senate President. I want to start off today by thanking Pastor Melissa Bills and the rest of Campus Ministries for the opportunity to speak here today. We are an ELCA Lutheran-affiliated college, but at the end of the day, we are a community of many diverse religious traditions. I want to call attention to the work that Campus Ministries has recently done in regarding to supporting interfaith traditions, as I myself am Jewish. Lastly, I would like to welcome any new Luther community members or Luther parents here for Parents Weekend. For today's message, I want to highlight Ephesians 6:12, but spin it in a different light. It reads, "For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers over this present darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly places." While Paul meant this in a bit of a different context, I'm Jewish, so I feel like I can interpret the Paul letters a little differently. Now, I don't know if we can find God or what that would even mean to find God, but what I do know is that we can find ourselves. The way I see it, Paul is saying that the true enemy is not that of other people or our bodies, but it is rather the struggle in the discovery, molding, and acceptance of our mind and our spirit. One of the most important times for self-discovery is in college. What is education's purpose if not for the progression of knowledge of the world both within and around us? I think back to my time in high school and working through the awkwardness of living in my own body. Going through high school, you learn to accept your physicality, and I see that in college, one learns to accept their mind and spirit. However, the way I see it, it is only in the unification of these three, mind, body, and spirit, that we can discover who we are. In doing the work of discovery, one may find that it is best to work in self-reflection, but I have found that some of the most powerful and influential moments in my life have come in community with others. We are at Luther College, so I feel that I am obligated to mention Martin Luther at least once in my talk today. One of the hallmarks of Lutheranism is the imagery of Martin Luther nailing his 95 Theses to the church door in Wittenberg as this sort of act of fiery rebellion. Instead, rather, Martin Luther put his ideas on the church door for debate, because apparently that's where you did that in Wittenberg in 1517. In the continuing spirit of self-discovery, my question is, where do we do that at Luther College? Where is our Wittenberg door? It's a difficult question to answer, especially in a place as diverse as Luther College. People all think, engage, and associate with people in very different ways based on their own culture, values, and even language. In psychology, we hear it all the time that people associate with those most similar to them, not in debate, but in affirmation, which is still a very important thing. However, how often do you browse the internet looking for the representation of two sides, only to find an echo chamber on one website and another echo chamber on another site? In our media, it's now reached a point where discourse has reached such polarization that most, are turned away from it entirely. America needs, and the world needs, a place like Luther College, where individuals from all over the globe can come together to freely and openly discuss ideas that aren't shared in other spaces, and where all people have the freedom to respond. Now, when I talk about these things, I imagine one of two things pops into your head. You're either thinking of where your Wittenberg door is, or that it doesn't exist at all. This is what I see colleges and universities for. Now more than ever, spaces for discourse, for opening the eyes of our hearts, are needed for all of our journeys into becoming better people. In doing so, we can discover more about ourselves, others, and the natural world around us than we ever would have thought possible. College is not only a time to exercise the mind, but it is also to work out who we are and who we want to become as individuals. Students here today, I urge you to take today as a chance to engage your peers in meaningful conversation. Find your own Wittenberg door, whether they be on or off campus. For any faculty, staff, and parents here today, please continue to assist in the journey of all Luther students. Together, we can all help one another to fully realize our full potential as lifelong learners. Again, I want to express my gratitude for the opportunity to speak here today. Thank you for your time and attention.
Will you please stand? As we join in prayer, I invite you, if prayer is your spirituality, to join in, and if it is not, to hold this space in silence and reflection. God, who makes all things new, open our hearts today to see your grace active among us and in our world. Help us to look honestly at ourselves, mind, body, and spirit. Help us to see where our brokenness can be a gift toward understanding. Help us to notice where our uncertainty becomes a chance for curiosity. Help us to honor our doubts as catalysts for deeper faith. Open our hearts today to all who are struggling with illness, pain, or anxiety, with fear, with uncertainty, with homesickness, with stress, with grief. Send us out as advocates for all who know prejudice and oppression in this world, and teach us to love widely in both word and deed. This day and all days, lead us forward in this life. Walk us along new roads and journeys that are yet unknown to us. As we travel, continue to open our imaginations and our hearts. Help us to receive with gratitude everything that this pathway will bring. Give us the assurance in every new thing that we are learning, in every new thing that we will experience, in every new relationship that we make, in every new discovery along the way, that in all of these things, you promise to be with us and for us every step of the way, now and always. Amen. Go out in peace. Open your hearts. Thanks be to God.